Yep. What is happening? Alright, let's see if the clean feed's working. Because their stream just went down. And my face is not visible. Ah, la 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 la. Hey, there we go. Alrighty. That's working. Alrighty. We have the match between CBL versus QJ. I'm a little bit late, guys, but here we have the pick ban between CBL and Q versus QJ. We got Hailong Fjord Ban and a Linwu Fortress. Interesting pick, both of the newer maps. But one wall fort coming out for CBL. I bet QJ is also going to go out with a wall fort. Not unexpected. Very popular map. Does look like it's another wall fort. So we'll get to see a double wall fort match today, yet again. Although I am quite bored of wall fort. But then again, we also see some really cool strategies. Both of these. I do know I've seen CBEL before, and I do expect a lot from them. They should be quite good, but we will see whether or not they are as good as they were before, or better. Should be better. But right now, I'm not sure what to expect. The ban on Hailong Fjord and the Linwu Fortress doesn't tell me too much about the two teams. From my knowledge of them, I do think CBEL probably has the advantage, mainly because I've seen them before, and QJ is a newbie on my roster. So we'll have to wait and see till the battle actually comes in. What do you mean Walford is a different map? Walford is the same map. I mean, we've seen Walford probably 16 times now. We've seen probably double Walford, probably 8, maybe 12 times. More than 50% of the time at the very least. Baby sees her mother, cries. What is happening? Walford, not your first to attack. What would you attack though? Out of the out of all of the maps that are pickable for the tournament, um, the last on my list would definitely be Angolia. I'd never want to attack that place. I had bad memories on Valley Fortress and Constantinople, but Walford, Harbour City, Linwood Fortress even, and maybe Highland Fjord. I kind of feel like Highland Fjords are kind of I kind of feel like Highland Fjords might be a little bit difficult if they have a strong A/B defense, but we've also seen a C defense before, so I'm not sure what to expect from Highland Fjord if I was to attack it. That is, so definitely not that many maps realistically that I would be like, I'm good at attacking them or good at defending them. I mean, like, you have to be good at defending any of the team. But we have the first battle on Walford about to start. I'm not sure who's going to attack first. Is that from your experience, Kosan? Kosan from Bus? Probably more experience than I did, anyway. I haven't been in a tournament. I haven't played in a tournament team for about 3 seasons, maybe 4. Can't remember when I last participated. But I do watch these things very often, and it would be a surprise that I'm not sure how I would handle this if I was actually in the team. I'm sorry if you guys can't hear that. It's just very unfortunate that... Well, not unfortunate. Unless you like the sounds of a wailing child. Well, not negatively, but positively. Well, let's take a look at the teams right now. We have kind of like a mirror. We got a couple, well, not mirror, but we got a couple of guys with the triple tier fours. We got, well, no, QJ going with the triple tier fours and double tier fives, but the CBL going in with an interesting double tier five, triple tier fours, and a couple of tier five, tier fours, and a tier one. I mean, a tier two. So kind of interesting mix-up for the lineup for CBL. I'm not sure if it's going to be effective. I mean, in context, having a lot more tier 5s will allow you to survive more for the defense side, but for the attacking side, you're just going to realistically aim to wear down the enemy. Never going to attack Lin Wu. Amen. Attacking Lin Wu sounds like an annoying death sentence. But here we are on Walford. We get to see CBL attack first. We got quite a substantial number of people here on the B side, wondering whether or not there's going to be a rush. All the siege towers and battering rams are getting pushed, but definitely going to be a commitment here on the B side wall. We got plenty of people. That ballista just shot someone in the while riding on the horse there. A couple of the heroes. Are they all? Yep. We got 8 heroes up on this wall already. Looks like we got Saber down there opening up the door here for the more infantry. This rush towards just going straight across, in fact, sheer heroes. We've got a goon squad coming up. We've got K jumping down, collecting up this supply point, as Saber seemed to have run off. I don't know where he went, but 3 more heroes going across this bridge, ignoring the infantry line, in fact. Mass number of surf units coming through. We got 1 Axe Raider and that bridge at the B point actually getting gotten. Wow, super aggressive for CBL. CBL is running down the heroes with their units. I'm not sure what's happening with QJ. QJ is in a mass retreat all the way back to the supply point. Quite a rush indeed. We didn't get to see any fighting up on the B side, but does look like QJ is stalling them here on the backside of the stairs. Is trippable. A and B point gets captured very easily. I think this is the first time this tournament I've seen a successful B rush. A successful B rush was quite nice, relying on the heroes alone. 8 heroes committing for that B rush, not stopping once they got up on the wall. Got up on the wall, plowed right into it. With the A and the B point being gotten, we are now moving on to the second phase of the Walford attack. Quick time as well, 13 minutes 30 seconds, so definitely a fast capture time. Not probably about as fast as if they were getting the siege towers up on the wall. We got a little bit of mortaring happening. Not a lot happening right now. QJ trying to avoid the shots by getting close to the wall as possible. Probably going to be successful with a couple of hits, but damn, that mortar shot just going straight into the center of that pile. Not going to be not going to be great for them to suffer. Ballistas also being moved out. CBL has 4 ballistas being built. Well, 2 of them already up, 2 of them being built. We got 4 ballistas here on this stairs shooting towards the C point. This is kind of a good skirmish. We also have the Metallators also supporting fire. This is oh, a ballista coming out from QJ as well. QJ kind of in a bad situation, mostly because these ballistas will threaten C very heavily, but we got a ballista here on the left as well. Let's see if CBL is committing to this skirmish. Really put on the pressure as Medal, 2 Axe Raiders show up towards the C point. I would definitely be shaking in my boots right now. You have no one here at C, but the moment someone peers C, whoa, counter ballistas are being very deadly. A pull from CBL falling back. Probably going to switch over. We got so many ballistas firing down at the at around the C point. This Treb might. Oh, the Treb goes for the center of the formation. Does hit hard as well. QJ just being absolutely messed up. I mean, CBL has also taken some damage, but advantage for CBL with just more artillery. But we also have this interesting setup here on the left. We got a Medal and Halberdier Sergeant with some Metallators in the mix. What a miss. Really can't afford to miss with ballistas. They are valuable, very valuable, as walking Medals will just get insta-dropped. Just continuing to swap between each of them, this is very bad. Mainly because you're looking at the score, you're looking at the unit kills. The units definitely dropping dead. I don't think they're going for the hero sniper. I haven't seen a single hero die by the ballista just yet. Just all units. We're looking at probably around about 30 units being taken out by these ballistas, and we also have probably around about 12 for CBL getting taken out. So definitely losing the exchange and artilleries right now. But another show of force towards the C point. They haven't forced an engagement, but I think they might very shortly, because if you have noticed, QJ definitely in a massive mess. A third time they are retreating back. They want QJ to present themselves so they can blow it up. A massive hit by Falconettis here. I mean, by these Metallators. I would say so. If you can, with a ballista, you can definitely one-shot nearly any unit. I think the only unit that can survive a blue ballista would be Royal Janissaries and Berserkers. I think you can also have Greyhair Garrison survive it, but you will need to activate Last Stand. Medals can also survive the shot, but they will also have to be in Brace. While they're walking, those guys will die. But other than that, I don't think anyone else can survive a blue ballista shot. QJ really has to rely on the Metallators to do most of the damage. We have CBL pulling back, ready for a swap. Probably the best idea I've ever seen is actually doing the skirmishing correctly. This is how you skirmish. You present yourself, you wait for the enemy to present yourself, you shoot them a little bit, fall back. No major engagement has happened, but you can already tell that CBEL has all of the advantage and definitely is going to win in the primary engagement. They are definitely on the up and up. It's really only this season that people spam so much ballista. Because, you know why? Because it is very difficult for infantry to rely on infantry to win. When you got Medal versus Medal, it is literally how fast you can kill the Medal. If you can't kill the Medal very fast, you will lose. And it is a guarantee you will lose. It's just too hard to fight Medals versus Medals. It's very easy to fight when there was just Imperial Pikemen, we got some Loyal Guards, we got some random Expedition Knights, but when we're coming up against Medal's Axe Raiders, once an engagement kicks off, it's all hell breaks loose. The Medals will fall, the Iron Reapers will fall, the Axe Raiders will fall. Look at the approach from CBL, just getting smashed to pieces. I'm going to have to say that this extended skirmishing is working out in their favor. The only problem is that they will need to make a move sooner or later. We've got clocking down 7 minutes 20 seconds now. Not much. Moving on with the times here. We got 3 ballistas up here. Unfortunately, the Metallators not in a position to snipe out those ballistas. Would really love to see a reaction from QJ to take out those ballistas. Gotta be careful with these heroes. So it did look like someone just got ballisted in the face. Are you sure that Axe Raiders will fall? Ah, man, sometimes they die really easily. Sometimes they just refuse to die. And I think it's more of the refuse to die that happens. What is this short sword doing? Look at him. He's still surviving. The fact that the short sword survived an entire medal on his face along with 8 other heroes, I think the short sword's kind of broken, but at the same time, what is he doing? Gonna get some Hound Masters if I'm not wrong. So they're kind of an archer unit with dogs. I do hope that's not the tier 5 archer unit. I do really hope that we do get another longbow unit, and that does not appear. I hope that doesn't appear to be the tier 5 archer unit, but it does look like it's a tier 5 for next season. So we gotta kick it off here with a massive battle. Battles on the left hand side, dude. Switching around the view. We got some medals very tight here, but the Imperial Pike War comes in, smacks them on their asses. A bit messy for QJ, blasting right through here on the left-hand side, taking over the stairs. QJ response a little bit delayed, as this entire left section is definitely in the advantage of CBL. CBL is on the up and up, and a wasted Imperial Pike March, nothing to follow it up. Also, we got some Palace Guards also rocking up on the situation. This Treb is danger close, hits their own medals, hits some Palace Guards, but I think the attrition is going to be... Ooh, maybe not. They still have the forces on the field. Keshigs and Cavalry are alike, trying to change the outcome right now, but the C point is heavily guarded by... Whoa! Keshig going straight into the center of that medal, gets stopped in its track. Unfortunately, cannot do a thing, but does do a lot of damage. Look at that medal, probably on its last life. So much Keshig being sacrificed towards this C point. I'm not sure why they're going in for an all-in towards this C point, but it does look like the attrition has finally worn down the CBL primary attack. But the unit losses are mounting. Does look like QJ did pull back just a little bit of the unit deficit, but I'm just going to have to say it right now. When CBL does come back, it's going to be a full force of high-tier units, while QJ is going to probably be looking a little bit shaky with a couple of low-tier units coming out. Got to really catch CBL in a bad situation, but I'm not sure if that response there from one of CBL's units... did he just throw it at Keshig? Oh, yeah, I've read the new season announcement. It will be really funny if if anyone dies to bagpipes, because I just imagine that bagpipes don't have an attack, and if you somehow die to them, that would be funny. That would be so funny. I hope the Claymores. I hope they do the Claymore unit justice. That is my one and only thing. If they don't do the Claymore unit justice, I'm gonna be super sad. Going heavy on this broken wall here. We got a setup of Pike Militia, Village Watchmen, and Halberdier Sergeants. Very interesting to see a lethal march downstairs. Not really good for Pike units, and definitely not good for the receiving end. Wow, Axe Raiders just eats a charge from Keshigs and Tundra Humans, but survive. I'm not sure if the push was a failure. It does look like the Halberdier Sergeants do an amazing job here at the front here, holding back the tide of medals as they try to force their way through. This is probably a similar situation that we saw yesterday with a different set of teams, but instead, we got this. Halberdier Sergeant is still standing. He's doing an amazing job. This is where this is the only moment I've ever seen Halberdier Sergeants just wreck. They were standing the entire time. Nah, QJ was definitely stemming the tide, but definitely couldn't push out. CBEL. CBEL definitely had more of the higher tier units come out. And you saw already, there were village watchmen, there were pike militia. We got some more halberdier sergeant. He braced them in phalanx. That's the worst thing. Don't brace in phalanx. But we have a fortibratio out on the field. Oh my goodness. Fortibratio's getting smashed instantly. None supported. There's some halberdier sergeants from CBL as well. This Halberdier Sergeant will probably be the death of a lot of heroes in a short second, as their brace is one of the most powerful and damaging braces around. Imperial Pike March versus an Imperial Pike March, but it's completely outnumbered and surrounded. QJ coming in huge with a left-hand swipe of a charge. Gets stopped, though, trying to force their way through with just regular Tundra humans. I mean, regular humans, probably not the unit you want. The C point is a few seconds off of getting capped, but QJ doing their very best to hold. Oh my goodness. With a massive swing in unit count now, and not to mention heroes. CBL does look like they're on a one-street track towards the base point. Don't need a resupply when you've got this many units on the field, and the enemy only has 170. That's around about 5 units worth of... that's only around about 5 units. My goodness. CBL is moving up slowly. Trying to break something just now. QJ does not have any units to respond. They're just going in it with the heroes. Let's see if they can win the hero battles with what they got. But as more and more units get in, it's going to be a little harder. It's going to be more harder to deal with the heroes when you're dealing with the units as well. We got Demez Pikemen fighting off the side here, but completely outnumbered. Does not look like they can even touch the point right now. It is fully swarmed with units, and Imperial Pike March into nothing, but doesn't matter. We've got the base point for CBL. Just gonna also predict that the defense for CBL will probably be strong, but I'm gonna have to say that QJ definitely were no slouch in the fight. Definitely holding strong at certain areas, but CBL definitely taking a very cautious approach, really winning out in the small sectors and really going in for the win. I do think the trade was kind of even in the mid part when the first push of CBL came in. Anyway, let's have a look at the units. Let's look at the scores. Wow, look at the number of hero kills coming out from CBL. Amazing job. We got 2 6s, 2 7s. When you got like 3 kills, that's already high in my book. But look at the number of assists as well. QJ, unfortunately, not very many kills. Definitely a number of deaths though. Look, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 permadeath coming out from from QJ. Doing a little bit, doing quite a bit for the top half here. Doing well for the unit score. Not so much for the bottom half. Again, we're looking at the bottom ranking. Not doing too hot. Only 10 kills. A very unfortunate performance for one of their members, but someone always has to be at the bottom, someone will always be at the top, someone will be the winner, someone will be the loser. That's just how these games work. Unfortunately, I do think QJ is a little bit inexperienced when it comes to tactics. They set up very well for the initial response from CBL, but the response when it comes down to fighting was kind of all in or nothing. They just went in one at a time, and no coordination between, very little coordination once their defense started breaking down, so that's very unfortunate. QJ, what server? I'm not particularly sure. I would have to say that I don't know. There's not really any information on what server each of these teams come from this time, since we did not get to see the ranking spreadsheet for how the ranks were chosen, not to mention those that were chosen through the play-ins. So, not sure about that. Apparently, General Alice is telling me that QJ is from DI. I think CBL is from LA. I think a couple of major players, such as Crusaders and maybe Zeon, has moved over to DI. I probably haven't caught that then, Kosan, so that's very unfortunate for me. But right now, we're going to be waiting on the second battle. Going to come up very shortly. Hopefully, very shortly. But I'm going to be right back for a hot minute as I grab some water. So bear with me. I'll be back in a minute. She runs away. Huh? Nah, I'm never transferring server. I start on LA and I'll die on LA. Whoopsie daisy. Yeah, I didn't play at season 1 or beta. I started in season 1 at the very end. You know, the very day that season 1 ended and became and the very next day it became free to play. That is the day before it became free to play. I bought the game and played then. That is so yeah. At that time. Pretty salty about it. I mean, like, I literally started the game and it became free to play, and so I paid the $21.50 for a title. Looks like we haven't started the second round just yet. So I got my water. I just ate a snack. Let's hope it's interesting for the second battle. I do hope QJ can pull off the attack, but CBL definitely being a little bit better. During season 2, I thought you were in our team. I thought you were in RP. Oh, no, then I've never met you then. I've never actually met Did One. I hear a lot about him though. I feel like I know him. That's because everyone tells me about him. Maybe. That was probably true. I remember General Alice stayed with us for a little bit. So did General Esdeath. What happened to him? One of the best players we've ever seen. Well, I mean, like, then again, RP's not that high of a bar. I'm gonna have to be honest. English, having just a lot of English players, well, being the biggest English community does have its perks, but also not the best at gaming. I do have to say, a lot of casuals. I mean, I'm pretty much a casual. I'm only slightly better than a casual. Oh my goodness! I just spilled water on myself. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway. similar setups from before. Doesn't look like very many changes from the defense and the attacks. Besides the fact that I'm seeing long swords for both sides. I didn't realize that from the last time, but there were long swords. But we do also see a longbow coming out from CBL, CBEL, Fargoon. Fargoon. I've seen that name before. I'm pretty sure he played longbow before as well. I'm not sure if I did keep track on how his performance was. I like how one of the QJ members is literally just called FK Nodachi. I would also agree. One of the interesting things here is to note that a lot of the average teams have too many heavy armor, especially when you see a lot of short swords. They're kind of overcompensating for their lack of, well, not to say the lack of, but going for the heavy armored route just causes inaction sometimes. But teams with a lot of spears or the medium armor class, in fact, a couple of dual blades would normally also be in this category, but unfortunately, dual blade has been pushed out almost completely here. But anyone with a lot of spears, I'm going to just have to say that they're probably going to be very strong. No problem, Lord Sundering. I do hope you do enjoy the commentary, and yeah, just enjoy the show. Lurking is always my favorite pastime, although not many people like me lurking around. Already you can see that QJ's attempt to pressure this small fort is kind of failing. Looks like CBL is ready to retreat. Does mean that their bridge is almost bingo. And they get all of their units out. Doesn't look like very many losses for now. it Technical side, honestly,
Let's check the lineup for the
technical side, it's just really hilarious on their own stream. This is the second time that their stream to Twitch has just been completely dog, and the clean feed has just been amazing.
both sides.
The clean feed has been so consistent that it's almost scary.
Didn't fix
QJ, being allowed to get here up on the A point does mean that CBEL is retreating towards the C point. So, we're going to see a C point
QJ's
stronghold,
lineup is
but the B
pretty
point
much
is
same
also
like
being
the
let go.
last
But the
one.
bridge, the broken wall
And
is
before
destroyed, so
CBL,
let's see
they
whether or not they will
also
get there.
got a lot of ballistic.
Does look like the clean feed does have one of the narrators voicing through it, so that's going to be very strange. So I'm going to turn that off for now. Sorry if you wanted to listen to that. Unfortunately, that's not very helpful for my stream. Actually, we only have the QJ versus CBL fight today because apparently ECL or Ecliptos gets a bye. I don't know why. Pretty sure there was enough teams for unless someone pulled out early on, but something happened. Oh, I know what happened. Crusaders played in the play-ins and they had a guaranteed spot, so they were very confused when Crusaders took a spot in the play-ins and a bypass. Ecliptos had a bypass, so they had a default win and they went straight into the top 8. What I was saying is I just realized that Crusaders actually played in the play-ins and they had a guaranteed spot in the tournament, so they got in twice. So you can't compete as two separate teams, because imagine if Crusaders competed as two separate teams and just faced themselves in the finals or the semi-finals, then the finals of the losers bracket. Ah, Anyway, uh, back to the battle right now. Just skirmishing. So I mean, like, that's all cool. I didn't miss very much, but yeah, I yeah, like that happened. That was very that like I just realized that um there should have been enough people. I don't know why Ecliptos had a buy, and I was just like, that's right. Crusaders, not only did they get in through the rank plays, they also got in through the play-ins, and so basically Crusaders took up two spots, so they essentially couldn't do anything about that, so yeah. Oh yeah, the first of the top 8 going to be Zeon versus Crusaders, and that's next week. It's not actually tomorrow, it is oh wait, maybe it is tomorrow. It is tomorrow. Tomorrow we get to see Zeon versus Crusaders, and I believe there is a second battle that night. I forget who are going to fight it off tomorrow, but I'll probably tell you in a little bit. But anyway, we've got a massive push from QJ going towards the B side here. Massive smash. Whoa! Lethal March by a Madao, but instantly gets smacked by a short sword, or rather. This squeeze. Massive Metallators coming in. This is deadly. This is dangerous for QJ coming in very tight formation here. But look at the numbers falling at the front here. Imperial Pike March coming in from the side, but not really the angle I would have went in for. Whoa, Imperial Pike dodges Lethal March, but not completely. Stupid amounts of losses coming out for QJ. Wow, we have a Shenji Grenadier as well. Really need to get up here on top of this B point. C point also being held very well by CBL, but where's the reinforcements? The massive battle has kicked off. Both teams have had massive losses. QJ losing more than CBL, but they do grab the B point. Whether or not, nope, CBL reinforcements not coming in. 8 heroes down for QJ. That is a terrifyingly bad exchange right now. They did get the B point, so that's extra time. CBL not going all in to capture the B point does mean that they're still set up for the C point hold. But the exchange might be closer than I think it is. QJ also loses 2 cavalry to ballista shot. 2 more cavalry probably just dropped dead. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see whether or not they died. CBL making good use of pressure from ballistas and metallators. Those metallators have been massive in that first engagement. Definitely staunching the tide of QJ. QJ couldn't just walk right through the defense they had at the bottom of those stairs. Unfortunately, the fight towards the C section kind of was a wash. And also the stairs was also a bit of a wash. But QJ not really shooting back towards the ballistas. So many ballistas here. I would trip that. That is that. If you aim a little bit high, that is trebable. I think you might not get all 3 of them, but you'll at least get one of them. Well, that's a pretty bad exchange if you only get one of them. If you see 3 ballistas being built, build your culverin. You're the attackers. You have 30 artillery. What are you doing? What are you doing? When you see that many ballistas, you gotta put your own ballistas down. Massive swing back and forth towards the supply point, but back towards the center, heading towards the left-hand side here. Otherwise, the western side of the map orientation is quite annoying, but we are kicking off here. QJ is getting shell from a lot of areas. Not sure what they're shooting since since they didn't hit very much. Imperial Pike March coming in from the side, probably a bit premature. But we got some Iron Reapers here at the back section. Reverse Imperial Pike March, but the angle was bad. Oh my goodness. Nice! Charge! Wow, lots of charge coming out from CBL, just absolutely smashing the pile here. One Medal catches the Tundra humans, but the center line almost completely breaks through. Only two sets of Medals left on the field, and we got some Keshiks running around. A third set of Medal up on those stairs. Palace guards charge into nothing. This is very terrible. But QJ doesn't have very many units left on the field here, but CBEL should have massive reinforcements coming back from the supply point. Even if they lose their cavalry here, they should be able to push back QJ is low on heroes, by the way. I did see them go drop down to 6 just before. So 8 left right now, and not looking good at all. Not looking good at all. Gonna get pushed out completely if, yeah, my guess is that they're gonna get pushed out completely here. Couple of Medals still standing strong. And, yep, just dies. Wow. Being pushed out completely here is, not good. That is not good at all. Not sure what I would do in this situation. That's, losing 2 attacks like this, and the unit deficit moves ever so slightly in CBL favor. Yet again, 50 more kills, 50 more units in favor of CBL. Big charges coming out. I saw the infantry, both of the infantry masses kind of failed, and cavalry kind of just won them the day. So CBEL crushing it with 3 directional charges. They weren't quite successful to get a charge all the way around, but 3 different directions the charges came through and hit hard. Definitely the Medals stood strong, but definitely falling in the end. Just too many CBEL left on the field, and definitely not enough QJ. QJ losing out their heroes quite a bit, so definitely difference in kill potential is quite apparent. QJ really needs to drag back the hero kills and really need to focus on beating out the heroes, because when you're down on units, you got to rely on killing out the enemy heroes to gain an advantage. We got a massive treb going here. Nice movement by the Metallators. Knew exactly where that direction was going. Moved slightly forward and still shelling that broken wall, but they have already moved up. We got some Tundra humans out on the field. Not sure what they can do, since there's a couple of Medals and some Albany Sergeants. Oh, this trip might be huge, as an entire pile is just about to walk right through it. But a huge dodge by CBL just dodges that completely. My goodness, it's like they could see where that was coming from. That Tundra human's getting absolutely trashed by just Demez Pikemen and Village Watchmen, but a complete surround yet again. Did you see how strategic CBL's movements was? And cavalry comes in from every direction. QJ is going to be slaughtered here. This is a massacre right now. Watch the heroes drop. Just 6 of them just dropped dead right now. 7 of them are dead now. 8. How many more can drop dead? But we have a counter. We have some Keshiks still left from QJ that just took out 2 of their heroes. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough to turn the tide. Some supporting Metallic fire, but I'm going to have to call it for CBL. CBL holding super strong here. Absolutely strategic in how they surrounded the C point. Actually moved in such a position that they strengthened the core section of the push, forced QJ to make an extended line instead of a wider front. So definitely allowed units come in from the supply side, smash them from, and then smash them from behind by coming up from the stair side. So it is quite good of CBL taking advantage of both terrain and positioning. They did have cavalry on all sides, so definitely the surround was quite quite cinematic to watch. It was quite amazing performance by CBL. I do have to give QJ a award for participation. They're definitely no slouch, but they're not the strongest team I've seen. But at no point did I consider that CBL was not in control of the situation. Nearly at every point, CBL did look like they were in control. So CBL might go far. I'm definitely expecting them to probably make it to fourth place at the very least. Let's see if they can survive the top 8 teams. 8 teams being selected from a double elimination. From 32 teams, we are now, 31 teams technically, because Crusader is just so good that they won themselves 2 spots in the tournament. So whether or not they survive the top 8 teams and get to see them again next season, because being part of the top 4 gets you a guaranteed spot in the in the gets you a guaranteed spot in the next tournament and the next league. Sorry, but ending off this victory for CBL, we have the scoreboard again. Not looking too great in the hero kill department, and a complete kill wipeout. We have a permadeath on all 15 players, doing a little bit well with the unit kills, performing performing not badly, but the hero it's the hero kills and the hero death that's really killing QJ here. Their unit strength was there, but it wasn't coordinated as well as CBEL. CBEL, look at those unit kills. Look at Cook Chang, 11 hero kills. My goodness. And both the top rankers here from CBL just coming in huge with 1400 unit kill score. That is quite insane. I do believe that that's probably because these 2 players were the Keshigs that you saw absolutely messing up the QJ at the C point. So give them a little bit of benefit of the doubt. When you are the cleaner, you get a lot of kills, but definitely a strong team. CBL is quite strategic in their placement, and their positioning was, to say, probably the best I've ever seen. In a direct fight, they're kind of a little bit sloppy. I did see some mistakes happen, especially with the Palace Guard charge that went nowhere. Also, Imperial Pike was unleashed a little bit too early. Infantry was not doesn't seem to be their strong suit, but setting up for the cavalry is CBL's probably bread and butter right now. QJ, I congratulate you for making it this far, but CBL is the victor 2-0 and will move on. But that being said, that is the last of the top 8. So we'll get to know who. So tomorrow we'll get to see at least Zeon versus Crusaders, and if I can do my math correctly, and if my memory serves me correctly, so we had Crusaders, Zeon win. We also had VN House win against Northern Legion, and then we had oh my goodness, TKT or KNRC. I think TKT. So I'm pretty sure VN House lost. Northern Legion won versus VN House. So Northern Legion will face off against someone from TKT or KNRC, and then we also have the Tessa versus Mugun Kingdom, and then we have CBEL versus Ecliptos. But we'll only get to see two of those matches tomorrow, which should be the Crusaders versus Zeon and Northern Legion versus TKT or KNRC. I think it's TKT there, but I'm gonna have to call it there. That is the only match we'll get to see tonight. Very unfortunate, but that is the end of the second round eliminations, and we'll be moving on to the uh, semi quarterfinals. So we'll get to see the top 4 teams. So we'll get to see who is the top 4 teams of this Conqueror's Blade League. But just gonna let this play just for a bit. This is the new trailer. Wonder if you guys can hear it though. We also got information on the trailer, which is very, very nice. We got to know the units. Bagpipes, Claymore unit and a Houndmaster unit. So it's an archery unit though, so they get to release dogs. So I'm just interested to see how much health they got, how much range they got, like how much of an archer they're gonna be. This is actually the longbow skin, I'm pretty sure. Not the longbow skin. That's probably a skin because not the same as the one on you see on thing. How many skins will they have? This is probably the Claymore unit. Definitely, and of course the Mel Gibson Braveheart lookalike William Wallace. I do hope I do hope the Vassal Longbowman does see an update next season. They are introducing an archer unit next season, so let's see if range gets an update next season. I am waiting for a massive range rework, mainly because range is a little bit too weak compared to how cavalry works out, compared to how infantry used to be the most balanced in my opinion, but medals and axe raiders really just completely ruined that. I also hated the Odin Berserkers. I hated the Odin Berserkers. Yeah, that's about the only infantry. But I hate 100 humans as well. So Grey Hair Garrisons, not too much. A little bit of fan, a little bit of not. But releases on December 21st, so not very far away. Less than 12 days. But that is all for today, folks. So I'll just end it here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Other than that, my name's Atsukai, and now have a nice day. Bye now.